What are you waving at? What are you two waving? You're talking behind my back.
No, we're
don't
not.
You make me self-conscious.
Don't be like that.
Don't do that. When you
characters.
start talking behind my back, I get the feeling you're talking about me. Now, what is it?
We said nothing at all, Don. Right?
Is it the way I'm dressed?
No, it certainly isn't.
Is it me this morning? Is it the way I look?
No,
What's wrong?
Not.
Come
Don,
on.
I've got a feeling that
What
you're...
do you mean paranoid? Who's paranoid?
I've got a feeling your old problems.
Why are you talking
back.
about me?
I'm not talking about you.
I caught the two of you talking about me behind my back.
We weren't talking about you, Don.
What do you mean?
We were not talking. We don't want to talk about you.
Why not? What's wrong with me?
Let's try some old songs, Don. Give me the verse to a song and see if I can pick the chord.
I don't know any verses anymore. I know the only one good verse that I know. I got one.
Mm-hmm.
Say hello to dear old Coney Isle if they a chance to be. When you're at the Waldorf, have a smile and charge it up to me. Mention my name every place you go as round the town you roam. Won't you call on my gal? But remember, old pal, when you get back home, bum, bum, bum.
Nothing could be fun.
Wrong.
No, I know it. Just try to give it to me again. I know it. Go.
Say hello to dear old Coney Isle if they a chance to be. When you're at the Waldorf, have a smile and charge it up to me. Mention my name every place you go as round the town you roam. Won't you call on my gal? But remember, old pal, when you get back home, bum, bum, bum.
Not give my regard.
Yeah.
I know it. Not give my regard.
Yes.
To Broadway.
Give my regard
really?
to Broadway. Remember me.
Let's bring back community singing. On radio.
Yeah. On radio.
Yeah.
People in cars, hang your heads out the window.
And sing
Give
with
my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square. Everybody on Burke Street outside. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there.
Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Wait a minute. Who gave you permission for Ba-Ba Bums?
I would like you to know that I happen to know the chief executive who was in charge of Ba-Ba Bums around here.
Is that right?
Yeah, Bob Cornish is in charge of all Ba-Ba Bums.
That's something you get in a restaurant, isn't it?
What's that?
A Ba-Ba Bum. Ba-Ba.
That's some more community. That's what Melbourne needs on this gloomy winter's day.
Why don't we arrange in a couple of months to have a happy morning where everyone has to shake hands with everybody or touch somebody?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you go past somebody in the street and don't just say hello and touch somebody.
Yeah.
I just touched you.
I just touched you.
Keep your hands
touch
off.
Peter. Try Peter.
All right, let me touch Peter. I touched Peter.
Oh, what's he like to touch?
Not bad.
Not bad?
Bit rough around the knuckles, but he's all right.
Don't forget one thing, Don. Give my regards to Broadway. Looking at Kevin last night, I wonder, what's his lifestyle?
National 9 News, 6:30 tonight, Channel 9.
What's his lifestyle?
His lifestyle is a very simple one. He's very into yoga.
Is he really?
Yes, he conducts yoga classes and mind reading classes and all that. He does very good, and yes. What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. It's you that's doing it.
Oblivious from pain.
Pardon?
He's made himself. He's fixed it.
Well, I'm going to try that next time I see him in the corridor.
Let me stick this needle in your hand. So you have to learn to control it. You know what I mean?
But what's I was looking at his face last night. You see, there is perhaps only because of the sort of material he does, but there is a sort of a mystique about Kevin. There's a sort of an aura around him. But what's his lifestyle? I mean, last night he told me that he had a wonderful weekend. Next weekend, what does he do? Well, when he's alone. What does he do? I don't know what he does when he's alone. Why do I want to know what he does when he's alone? Well, I just like to know his lifestyle.
Kevin, invite us over to your house sometime when you're alone. We just like to observe you.
You know,
That'd be wonderful. The guy gets up in the morning and there's two idiots, me and Num Num, standing in the corner watching.
Don.
Hey, he's shaving.
Don,
brushing his teeth.
Let's have the community singing there at Kevin Arnett's place.
Why not?
Yes.
Then we won't have to sing. We can all think the songs.
And do it only when the spirit takes us.
That's right.
But really, I'd love to hide in his wardrobe one night without him knowing. Get there before he arrives home.
Oh, that's an old trick. You got caught doing that about 20 years ago.
But I'd like to try it with a man. and just look through his crack and just see through his crack in the wardrobe what he does. You see, I can just imagine him walking.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bert Newton has just cracked. He's gone. He is gone, folks. In case any of you are
Just
interested.
imagine him coming home and saying, "The silly idiots fell for it again."
The two of them are gone, folks. I'm here by myself. No worries.
You don't understand, Don. You're not of our world. It's time for the Courteous Driver Award.
Why are they
Don't
talking
worry,
about
Kevin
me?
knows who they are. From Le Mans Toyota of Oakley and Footscray today, $10 in cash goes to the driver of a Holden LBC 966 and the driver of a Ford ADI 915. $10 cash award. Call in to 3UZ at 45 Burke Street.
Speaking of weird things, have you ever met Rick Willaney?
I haven't met Rick personally, although Kevin tells me he's a lovely man. Kevin hasn't met him.
Good morning and welcome to Bert Newton Amuses Himself today.
That's what I mean, Kevin. Dear me. I'm sorry, Don. I'll try and pull myself together.
Well, that's you all over. Rick Willaney.
Kevin, if you're listening, I apologize for this, but of course you would have known last Tuesday we were going to do it.
Would you like to rule the world from $10 down?
Not a lie.
Well, you'll rule the world at 9.5%. The world will give you 9.5%. So I say to myself, what a wonderful world. Wonderful, fellas. Terrific.
We didn't
That's
intend
it.
telling you
That's
on
the way I
air,
want
Don.
you. What?
But we will tell you. Peter and I are just a little tired of being your bloody sidekicks.
Okay.
We want a major role in this commercial, or we don't appear. Right, Peter? Right.
All right. Well, then, fellas, take it.
Right. Now, if well, you start off, you start off, Pete, then I'll. World Permanent Building Society gives you a big 9.5% on your money. Yeah, and hey, World Permanent Building. Hey, love your faces out there at the World Permanent. Hey, World Building Society. Hey, do you know? Hey, girls, do you know? World is located on the corner of Swanston and Little Boyk Streets, 382 Little Collins Street, also in Frankston, Chelsea, and Mars, Southland, and Agency.
Hey, Nettie, come on over here and have a listen to this.
Welcome. Very busy at the moment, John.
All right, mate.
Welcome. You're double feeding. Remind me of Sabrina. Welcome to the world. World Permanent Building Society, and you'll say to yourself, what a wonderful world. Hey,
Hey, yeah, love you.
Firstly, we join Don today at Airport West. Good morning, Don.
Oh, good morning. Where am I?
Airport West today.
Oh, yes,
You
lovely
might
out
like
here.
to make a note of that.
What a day it's going to be. I can tell when it's going to be. Good morning, Bert. He's not there.
No.
Oh, he'll be there in a minute.
I hope so.
Oh, good. Okay, well, good morning anyway, Bert. When he comes in, tell him I said good morning already.
I'll pass that on.
You can always tell when it's going to be a good day. It's a day we all have to work.
Don said good morning. I'll just leave this note here for Bert in front of him where it says Don said
Good morning. You got that?
He'll get that when he comes in,
Oh,
Don.
okay.
Here, what's this here? Don says, could you be more explicit, Peter? Don who? Oh, Don, just pass it back. Don. Oh, Don who from Hawaii?
Don Ho.
Loved his act.
Right.
Good morning, Mort.
Good morning, me all.
Are you well?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes, and I'm just commenting on what a gorgeous day it is outside. It's unbelievable.
I thought you were going to say what a gorgeous fellow I am.
Well, you are that, too.
Thank you, Don.
You know, it is perhaps more fortunate destiny to have a taste for collecting shells than to be born a millionaire.
I think he's gone, Peter. I think this
No,
might be
it's
it.
all right.
I'll tear
thought
off
I'd
that
throw
note,
that-
I think,
yeah.
sir.
I just thought I'd throw that in.
Yeah, say it again, Don.
There is nothing like sealing a letter to inspire a fresh thought.
Yeah, he's definitely gone.
Anyway.
If you're listening, gentlemen, the address to pick him up at Airport West today. Airport West. Yeah. It's number 7 Star Street in Airport West. He's really gone. I knew this was going to happen. Kevin Arnett told me months ago.
Did you know that people who snore always fall asleep first?
Is this in the Australian today?
No.
Don't tell me you're reading the local papers.
Yes. No,
What's it in?
that's not it. I just thought that as my contribution to radio, I would like to give some words of wisdom once in a while instead of the nonsense and the trivia that I find myself enveloped in and wrapped in when I indulge in this communicative effort with you fellas.
Say nothing for 5 seconds, Don.
Nothing.
That is your contribution to Australian
One way to stop a runaway horse is to bet on him.
Yeah. Listen, Don, I wish I could subscribe to this book, too. And maybe get Bob Rogers to do these lines between 8 and 8:30.
Bert, look, no matter what I do or what I say, I always want you to remember one thing.
What's that, Don?
Sympathy is two hearts tugging at one load.
And, Don, as you go through life, I want you to remember one thing. Right?
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Telepathy at work. Telepathy in 2 words. You've heard of Testimony of 2 Men? That was telepathy in 2 words.
Oh, well.
Don, did you realize as little as $1? Gosh, even I can afford that.
$1 for what?
$1 is all it takes to open a savings account with Hotham Permanent Bill. Do you find me shouting at you again this morning, Don?
A little bit. I think it's probably because you're up. You've probably got some very vital things going today, and you're excited and ready to move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, wish I did have,
how much does it take to open a savings account at Hotham?
$1. That's all it takes to open a savings account with Hotham Permanent Building Society.
Like a pack of cigarettes?
Well, virtually. Don, they won't open an account with a packet of cigarettes, I should mention to you, though. It's got to be the actual dollar itself. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, and just $1, and you can be on your way to wealth and riches.
Where can I join? Quack, quack.
Well, one of the most central locations is Hotham's head office at 423 Burke Street, right? You know Boyk Street, Don?
Boyk Street near Queen Street. Yeah, I got that.
It's 423 Boyk Street here in the city in Melbourne, Australia.
Used to be near 33rd and 3rd.
That's right, and there are dozens of other branches as well, too.
Well, it sounds like a good investment, boy.
You bet your bippy. They'll give you 9.5% per annum, Don, on all accounts over $500.
Do you know that what a lot of people are saving for a rainy day is someone else's umbrella?
You can go into that last line with confidence, Don. Yes. I have it there ready. Play the jingle, please.
I suppose that's why Hotham is known as...
Big, safe, and friendly, a better way to save.
24 to 9.
The big June discount clearance sale is on at Southern Homewares Bulk Store all this month. Portable color TVs are out for $399. That's 26-inch color TVs, reduced from $729 to $629. You save $100. 22 cubic foot 2-door refrigerators, reduced from $999 to $699 with working trade-in. Look, there's over 2,000 items to clear at huge discounts of up to 50% off. Cash or terms at Big Southern Homewares Bulk Store. Best prices in town. You'll always come back to them. 652 South Road, Moorabbin, or give them a call, 951544. Hello?
Hello? I've been waiting here. I must have the wrong number.
Who is that speaking, please?
I wish not to give my name. I'm ringing up in...
Well, look, you don't give your name. Are your initials O.M.?
Oh, they certainly are.
Yeah, I know who you are.
Who?
Mr.
No, yes, I'm ringing up in conjunction with the competition you're running from Aeroplane Jelly. I've been hanging on now for 2.5 months.
Ah, yes. Can you sing the song?
I know the next line of the jingle.
Well, what is it?
It's Stick It in Your Boot. Am I right?
Wait a minute. Where does that fit?
It's I like aeroplane jelly.
Yeah.
Aeroplane jelly is beaut.
I got it.
Like aeroplane jelly.
Stick it in your boot. That's right. Let's try it together.
Sir?
Let's just sing it together. I like aeroplane jelly. Aeroplane jelly is beaut.
I like
aeroplane jelly. Go stick it in your boot. Very good.
What is your name, sir?
Milton Croswell.
Milton Croswell.
Yes.
I love your program in the morning. I love it where you have those ducks going quack quack.
Do you like that?
Yes, I like your work, sir.
Thank you very much.
Tell you that.
Yeah, well, you sound like you were a member of the British Army or something.
No, I wasn't a member. Well, I was actually. I was a member of the Liverpool chapter of the Salvation Army for some time, but unfortunately I was drummed out for gambling with tram tickets.
I see. What'd you play, second tambourine?
Supposed to use real money. I must go now, sir.
What instrument did you play?
I beg your pardon?
What instrument did you play?
Hang on, I'll get it for you.
No, wait a minute.
I must go now, sir.
Well, listen,
lovely talking to you.
Yes.
A lot of people say that I sound very much like a pucker niddy.
Is that right? Well, let's hear it one more time. I like aeroplane jelly. Very good, sir.
Aeroplane jelly is beaut.
That's right.
I like aeroplane jelly.
Right.
Go stick it in...
Hello?
Someone got him, I think.
Hello?
No, I think someone got him.
Oh, and he'd be waiting for 2.5 months.
Yeah.
What a pity. Mrs. Warren of 1120 Glen Huntly Road in Glen Huntly would like to announce that the Fitzroy Football Club, every first Monday in the week at the ground, they have a special women's luncheon.
You know where he says, hey, girls? Come here, listen now. Elsie, come by the radio and listen. Bert's going to do that thing where he says, hey, girls, come here.
Hey, girls.
Oh, he did it. Oh, my goodness.
Are you listening, Mrs. Warren of 1120 Glen Huntly Road, Glen Huntly?
Yes.
Congratulations, you won a pair of Selangor tankards. And Mrs. Warren's mother...
Oh, I love wearing those. You've won some Selangor tankards. They'll look lovely on your feet, Elsie.
Mrs. Warren's MasterCard butcher is Joe Rantino of Glen Huntly. Girls,
Ranty
you could be a winner in the
talking
MasterCard
about
Christmas
Ranty.
Club. There are 2 winners drawn every week and a host of prizes to be won, including 6 holidays to the Gold Coast, courtesy of Ansett, and also the Coolangatta. For details, see your nearest MasterCard butcher now or phone 211-0622.
211-0622. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. You got one there, or even a commercial?
Yes, I do. I have something. Now's the time.
Don,
I got to
what are
talk
you
about
eating?
Ken Morgan.
Don?
What?
What are you eating, my love?
What am I what? I'm
What
not
are you
eating. Who
eating?
said I'm eating?
What are you eating?
I'm not eating.
You're doing so. You're having the remains of your yoga.
Do you know that not one person in 1,000 can keep his hands in his pockets while giving directions?
I don't want to know about your own personal.
Now is the
Failing.
time to buy from Pit Stop Motors.
Where are you getting these from, Don? Because Peter Byrne is on the way down to grab them and burn the bloody book.
I am thinking them up as I go along, Bert.
Yes, and also too, my uncle's the Duke of Windsor.
I am thinking these words of wisdom up
Reminds
as I
me, I
go
must ring
along.
my uncle.
Why does the man never believe me? Why is it that I try to tell him things and the man does not believe me? He has no faith in my ability. Yesterday, he questioned my ability to talk on mic. Said I talk off mic. Today,
Now, Don, I did
today
not,
I can't
Don,
even make...
Don, I did not say that.
Why? What are you talking about?
You do talk on mic, don't you?
Why?
Don, Don, come back to the mic. Be a good boy.
Where am I?
Don,
What am I? Who are you? Why am I talking to you?
you can read from your book if you want to.
Where am I?
But
This
don't
doesn't
forget-
look like where I live. This is East Airport.
At
West
no-
Airport. Where am I?
At 9 o'clock,
Yes.
when we go off air, you've got to turn the page.
We're going
of the
off
book
air
you've got,
today? What happened? We got canceled.
and you've got to colour in the little animals there, okay?
That's right.
Now, what were you talking about?
Look, Bert, just remember this. If you wouldn't write it and sign it, don't say it.
Don,
Now is the time
Don.
to buy... What is it?
you are driving me sane.
Sympathy is 2 hearts tugging at one load.
Listen, what about getting out your vitamin tablets and telling us all about Golden Riviera or whatever they're called?
Golden Riviera?
What are they called?
Oh,
Happy
Golden
Life.
Life Vitamins, you mean?
Golden Life.
Oh, for pure quality. Insist
Yeah.
on Golden Life Vitamins from Martin Pharmaceuticals. Associated with Martin and Pleasance. You remember Martin and Pleasance?
Great act.
Yes.
Top of the bill at the Tivoli they were once.
That's right. Used to do the old thing with the straw hat and the cane.
Yeah, then unfortunately they broke up.
Yeah, they used to dance, too. Why
One
did they
evening,
break up?
Martin came in with his book of quotes, and Pleasance didn't like it,
Yeah.
pulled out a gun and shot him.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh,
Hang
well.
on, is that an I or an O? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, shot him.
There's nothing like sealing a letter to inspire a fresh thought.
Don!
I know the truly high-quality standards of this fine
Don,
Australia
let me
company.
tell you.
My advice is that
Don.
you insist on Golden Life Spread.
Peter and I are now walking out of the studio,
Oh, don't
and
do
we
that
are
to
not
me.
coming back until you close the book. Is that true, Peter?
I've closed.
Listen,
look,
you can
I've
hear us
closed-
walking out.
I've closed the book. Golden Life
I might mention to you, Peter rode out.
Hey, Pete, wait for me! Golden Life Vitamins in a wide range to meet all your needs. Available everywhere. What is that? Will somebody please get the... Will somebody get the phone, please? Hello?
It's not the phone, it's me, Nettie. Don, me bloody wife signed up me lips.
Hello, Nettie. How you doing, mate?
Oh, not bad.
What are you making those funny noises for? You
Bonds of morning.
What?
I said it's a bonds of morning.
Oh, yeah, it's very nice, too.
I love Airport West, one of my favourite areas.
What are you doing at? How come no matter what neighborhood I seem to live in, you always end up in the backyard talking to me, Nettie?
You remember 15 years ago, Don, when I sang to you, I'm walking behind you?
No, I
I
don't
meant
remember.
every word of it.
How did that go?
Hang on, Don, it's my phone.
Oh, is it?
I'll have to go and answer it.
All right.
Won't be as... He's doing his block, too. See you
All right.
later on.
Okay.
Give us a quote before you go, Donny.
Hey, love doesn't make the world go round. Love is what makes the ride worthwhile.
You ever see Martin and Pleasant's work at the Tiv?
Yes, they were
Might
very
shoot
good.
ya.
See you later on.
He got very annoyed. He got very annoyed at Martin, you know. Answer your phone, Nettie.
Oh, that's a bloody ambulance.
Oh, I'm sorry.
See you later on.
Okay.
I don't know why. Why did Nettie hang up? He wasn't on the phone.
Can you hold on 1 second, Bert?
I beg your pardon, Don. I'm sorry.
I'll be right back. Can you just wait there 1 second? I'll
I'm
be
sorry
right
for
back.
taking 30 seconds of our time.
Just a second.
Righto. She must have overslept.
Yeah, hello, Bert?
Yes, Don.
I just went to get my other book of quotes.
Is it true, Big Chief, that you name all of your sons after circumstances of the birth of the child? For example, is it true that your youngest child,
The best joke coming up.
Flowing River, was born beside
God of the river, tell me. Plenty bad joke coming up.
You've got the tag there too, Bert.
Son do what?
Well, your son was called Flowing River because he was born beside the flowing stream. And is it true that your second son, who is called White Cloud, is called White Cloud
Because white cloud out when sun born.
What's the name of your youngest son?
Wife like birth in middle of the day, do plenty screaming, yelling.
What's the name of your youngest son?
My youngest one. I don't know.
You don't know Big Indian joke?
No.
Sorry, well, if you don't, I'm not doing it.
Stuck with accent for 10 minutes.
I've got to live in this country. Anyway, let me tell you about...
Youngest son named Shortcake.
Let me tell you about...
Shortcake die young.
Yeah?
Yes, I no bother with funeral squawberry shortcake.
That's a good Indian joke. I like
Best
it.
one can come up with when big fat man blow tag.
Anyway,
Well, what time is it?
it's 11 to 9. Well, it's engaged, isn't it?
It's 11 to 9. Listen, I want to ask you a question. When you were working from the, when we were doing the television show on Monday night, when you were doing the foresaw, when you took that back from me, did you tell me that it was going to be over for anybody to come back from that?
That's great. Yeah. Well, you didn't, because you owned him.
No. What I mean is, if Peter Famer is talking to
you've
you
got to
on the
listen to
floor,
me, though. I mean, if you're going to talk Peter Famer, you can...
if he works on the floor, if you come back from foresaw when you're working on the floor and you don't take us over,
No, but...
it wouldn't matter for me if at any time you were about to come around.
The point you don't get is...
the girls called Patty.
You can't.
No?
It's tomorrow.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
I just want to ask you this. Do you post us over?
I beg your pardon?
I said, do you post us over?
9.5 minutes to 9.
I think
We
we're
might
behind
mention
our
that Don is doing double talk, which is a great ability of his. I can't fall into it. Unfortunately, I'd love to be able to do it, but it doesn't really... Well, listen very carefully. Don will do a commercial, and then at the end of the commercial, he will get into what he calls his double talk.
Okay. The boys down at Southern Homewares in Moorabbin have got 3 terrific specials for you.
See what I mean?
A 22-inch used demo rank arena TV for only $529, and at first they've been over with that for $529. And for immediate delivery, St. George wall ovens and electric stoves. Now, don't wait 6 to 10 weeks for the Rolls-Royce in stoves. Just contact Phil Byron about the special prices on the St. George. And force over whenever he takes back me, whatever thing would you bring back? And if you're looking for a real special on deep freezers, how about this? A 10 cubic foot deluxe Plaren. Now, not many people have them, and they're not necessarily available, but if you call us over when you come back from there from Moorabbin, even if you go back and saw them, it was 652 South Road, you ask for Owen Madison, or anybody that happens to be over there. Phil Byron especially, because Phil is the one, the person who worked that out from who lived in the neighborhood. But if you're looking for a real special on deep freezers, a 10 cubic foot deluxe freezer for $239, Southern Homewares Bookstore, 652 South Road, Moorabbin. Be there for the date and take him back from Washington when you bring it over.
Le Mans Toyota of Oakley and Footscray now present the Courteous Driver Award today.
Ah, yes. Rick Willaney, who was for the date. Did you know Rick was bringing back from North later?
Yeah.
What are you talking, you Chinese?
Chinese now. I'd love to be able to do it. Double talk. Can you do it, Peter?
No, I've tried.
I can't. Do it for us again, please, Dad.
When a car... oh, come on, Dad. Do it one more time. When a car dealer sells more new Toyotas than anyone else in Victoria, there must be a reason.
Yeah,
and Rick Willaney is more than likely the reason because he
is the
passed over
reason.
when he took back from the original one.
Indeed, in Poland.
Right. Originally, when he was working in Poland, he told us over with the pit stop. But he didn't go over with the Toyota, but he took it back from me for when I was working on the thing with the discount.
Mm-hmm. That's Polish double talk.
The man at Le Mans reckon your car's worth more than a new Toyota, and they look after you after you buy your new Toyota because they have parts and after-sales service when they think it's accident. You didn't take it.
That means Celica ITW 091.
You joined the Courteous Driver Award.
Yeah.
What you doing?
What's the second one?
I've already done the commercial. Le Mans Toyota, 78 Hopkins Street, Footscray near the pub, and Dandenong Road, near Warrigal Road near the other pub. They're the biggest, they're the best, and it's not because we say so, but because it's Forrest and Dave when you say so.
There you go. Celica ITW 091, and as Don said, Cressida IVO 766.
Someone was probably out in the car saying, at last I understand this program.
It's time for Tomo, as a matter of
Is it
fact.
time for Tomo?
Yes.
It's time for Tomo, time for Tomo, time for Tomo now.
Can you take all this? Can you really stand all this? Gee whiz. Well, I'll tell you what, anyhow, we've got a great misty fog around the city at this stage, but nonetheless the traffic is moving through quite freely and there's no worries whatsoever, and the drop snaps on the Snipple flash, so, well, whatever the heck, it's on Saturday anyway, well, goodbye.
Right, thanks, Tomo. It's 6.5 to 9. That was brought to you with the compliments of Car Owners Mutual. Okay, let's get a little decorum back into the studio, eh, chap?
Okay, hey, Decorum, get in here.
Yeah, get in here. Get your ear off, Decorum. Every good driver knows how... I was only kidding, Kim.
Oh, Decorum.
Every good driver knows how many maniacs there are on the roads these days, right? Now, if you're a good driver, you can... If you're a good driver, you can protect yourself against the bad drivers with Car Owners Mutual Insurance. Now, just say after me. 1, 2, 3. Car Owners Mutual.
Car Owners Mutual.
Only insures good drivers.
Only insures good drivers.
25 and over.
25 and over.
Kyrie eleison.
Kyrie eleison.
Didn't come in, eh? With 5-year good driving records and who have cars in categories 1, 2, or 3.
Who have 5 years of drivers in categories and one of those same in 2 or 3.
Phone Car Owners Mutual now on 676131.
The first name of the Car Owners Mutual is 676131.
And they will prove just how much good drivers can save on car insurance.
They will prove for you, you saving it for us a minute. You take back from over any time you work at Fanzine with Car Owners Mutual on the service is good.
Please remember the name Car Owners Mutual. They are the good driver's friend.
Car Owners Mutual and whatever they are. We're going to talk about cloning on the television.
What is cloning again, Don?
Well, it's a process that Irish McKellar invented many years ago.
Oh, just before a painting?
Yes.
She's a clone painter.
Yes, that's right. In fact, Red Skelton paints a lot of clones, too.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Some of his clone paintings are very famous.
I know. Well, Tommy's into clones, too, isn't he?
Who?
Tommy Hanlon.
Tommy Hanlon.
Oh, yes, you go to
Mr. Cornish's friend.
Pardon?
Mr. Cornish's friend.
Honestly, he's had a great love of paintings of clones for years now.
Clowns.
You walk into his office. There's a huge picture of that very famous clone. Emmett O'Reilly.
No, Emmett McKellar. It's Irish's brother.
Emmett Kelly.
Emmett Kelly, right.
He'd be one of America's most famous clone.
Yeah, you copied your makeup from him, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Right.
Not television makeup, party makeup.
Oh, I see. Yes. Dr. David Rorvik.
Yes, yeah. Good morning, Doctor.
No, you know who he is? That's clone. Do you know what cloning is?
Of course I do. I've just told you Tommy Hanlon's been doing it for years.
No, cloning is where this new medical process whereby they take a cell from one human, and from that cell they can then create...
excuse me a sec, Don. I beg your pardon. I've just had a note here from Mr. Cornish.
Yes?
If we'd like him to, he's going to send in the clones.
Send in the clone.
It wasn't mine, it was Peter Byrne's line.
Send in the clone.
I pitched it from Barry Humphries.
Yes, I wonder why you gave it
Where
to
are
me.
the clones?
I'm sorry, Dr. Clone is what tonight?
Dr. Rorvik.
Doctor, good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Dr. Rorvik here.
What are you going to do on the program tonight, Doctor?
Well, first of all, we're going to stop cloning around.
I like that, Doctor.
And we're going to talk about cloning.
Listen, Doctor, you remind me very, very much of somebody I know.
A psychiatrist you used to have.
That's right.
I'm the same fella.
Oh, I see.
You'll have to excuse the leopard skin I'm wearing. I borrowed it off of a lady who used to play Sheena, Queen of the Jungle.
Irish McCullough, or
Yes.
would you like coffee?
She's painting now.
Yes, Don Lane, the man of a thousand voices.
Now, cloning is very, very interesting. It's an amazing medical process, and this man has claimed he's actually reproduced the child. What they do is, by taking this cell, they then reproduce. They reproduce a child, and the child is in the exact image of the person who donated the cell.
Yeah.
I don't know whether to believe it or not, but evidently this man has done it or claims to have done it.
Is he bringing any proof tonight? Photographs and things?
I think so. I don't know. We'll find out when we get in there, won't we? I suppose now one of you there is going to jump up and down and rave on and say, we're going out to the traffic to Tomo.
No, we're not.
Oh, good.
Not quite. He's not quite ready for us.
Isn't he?
No.
He never has been.
No. He's all by himself this morning too, Don.
As a matter of fact, I'd like you to tell me who is ready for us.
That's right. That's what all alone. I'm so all alone.
Oh, dreadful.
Just tell me again, what is a clone?
A clone? A clone?
Sounds like a Phil Harris record, doesn't it? What is a clone?
A clone. There are 52 cards in the deck of cards.
And this, my friends, has been one of them.
A clone is, cloning is this process by which they take the cell from a human, and from that cell they are able
What,
to...
from a male?
Or from a male, yes, or
Can be done
possibly
from a female.
Can
from
it?
a female, yes.
Yep.
And they...
Why do they want to take all the fun out of life?
Well, I don't know. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea. I suppose, I'm sure you will agree, Bert, you would like to have a child after your own... Oh, you already have.
I have. I've got
Right.
Matthew.
That's right. He's identical to you.
Well, he's not identical, but he looks
yes,
very
he
much
is.
like me.
Why? You both weigh the same.
I was rejected last night.
You're kidding.
I got home, and Matthew was around the place, and he cried, and I put Paddy picked him up, and I tried to get him, and he put on quite an act. Didn't want to have anything to do with me. He's learning fast, isn't he?
Yeah.
Why should he be any different?
That's right.
Anyway, cloning. Explain to me again.
They take a cell... Peter, explain it to him, please.
They take a cell from a body
Yes.
of a donor,
Yep.
and they, in laboratory conditions,
Well, I'm going to resign from Red Cross.
grow that cell up until it becomes a full human person.
But has it been done?
And it becomes an exact replica, not just similar, but an exact replica of the person from whom the cell was taken.
But what about
Dr. David Cloning thing says it has been done.
But has he got proof?
Dr. David Clone. Dr. Rorvik.
David
Rorovic.
No proof. He refuses to offer any.
Oh, well, it's all bull.
No, not necessarily. He refuses to offer any because he doesn't want to endanger the person who was the donor and the child that's growing up.
Yeah, but surely you'd know him. I mean, if a bloke's wandering around with a great big walrus moustache and he's got a kid beside him with a great big walrus moustache, you'd have a fair idea that, you know... Listen, Don, don't treat me like a clone. Let's stop this cloning around. I've had enough of it.
Let's go out to the traffic.
Yes. Is there a second Neil Thompson in this world, we ask ourselves?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it's called Jock, and it rides along with him. The two of them are the same. Well, not exactly the same. They don't exactly look the same. They're usually just in the same condition.
If you're a good driver, and you reckon you're being taken... That's good advice, you know, from Tomo, because a lot of people are accident-prone, aren't they?
Yes, some of them are even accident clones.
And if you're a good driver and you reckon you're being taken for a ride on car insurance premiums...
Thank you.
You could be right, but not if you're insured with Car Owners Mutual. Car Owners Mutual Insurance only insure good drivers, 25 and over, with 5-year good driving record.
What was the name of that Swedish actress, that beautiful Swedish lady?
Liv Ullmann.
No. Older than that, old time.
Greta Garbo.
Greta Garbo. She was the one that said that was her expression.
What?
I want to be a clone.
We will have a moment's silence.
I really like that, Sonny. That was terrific, right?
Goodness gracious. Honestly, sometimes, do you wish you were working a clone? Car Owners Mutual, only
I want to
insure
be a clone.
good drivers, 25 and over.
Trigger quick mind just works all the
As
time.
soon as you get off the air at 9, you're going to ring your mum and say, "Hey, Ma, guess what I said this
When
morning?"
you hear this line, Greta Garbo, I want to be a clone.
And then she's going to have the tag.
Gee whiz, golly gosh, gang.
She's going to say, "Don, something I've never told you.
What?
You are a clone." If you want to drive...
I suppose you want me to join the Good Drivers Club, too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to try and say.
Yes.
Why don't you ring 676131 or call personally at
Greta
412 412 Collins
I
Street.
want to be a clone, huh?
They're the good driver's friend, Car Owners Mutual.
Greta Garbo.
Greta Garbo.
I want to be a clone.